Hi, I'm Tony Robles, and February 16th is the birth date of my uncle, the poet Al Robles of Manilatown. And I want to read this poem in honor of his birthday. It's from his book called Rapping with 10,000 Carabao in the Dark. And the name of the poem is called It Was a Warm Summer Day. Listen to this. It was a warm summer day, and I was out in the park strolling without a worry in the world. And I came to a bench where a middle-aged couple sat feeding the birds and yapping about Vietnam and Cambodia. They turned and looked at me and said, "Are you Filipino?" And I said no. Then they asked me if I were Mexican, and I said no. Then they asked me if I were Japanese, and I said no. Then they asked me if I were Chinese, and I said no. And then they started to look at each other, and the birds kept flapping their wings. And they looked at each other, and the birds kept flapping their wings and said, "You must be Korean." It was a warm summer day, and I was strolling in the park without a worry in the world, and this couple had to ask me questions like that. I told them to keep feeding the birds and quit asking me any more stupid questions like that. And they looked at each other again and smiled and then said, "Son, we're on America's side. Come on, tell us, where did you come from?" I told them I cleaned toilets, and they got so angry at me, they called me all kinds of names. And they still wanted to find out who I was and where I came from. They started to give me some crumbs, and they wanted me to open my mouth and tell them everything. I kept on telling them I was against America, and they got so angry at me, and they told me to go back where I came from. And I sat there looking at the trees and the birds, and they just kept on yapping away, and they just kept on yapping away, louder and louder. "Why don't you go back where you came from?" I told them I jumped out of my mama's womb, and God damn it, if I could jump back in there, I'd do it right now. And they got so angry at me and threw crumbs right in my face, and I laughed so hard, and I laughed so hard, my belly ached, and I knew I had to be on my way because I had my belly full. And that's called It's a Warm Summer Day, from the book Rapping with 10,000 Carabaos in the Dark by my Uncle Al Robles, whose birthday is February 16th. Much love to you, Uncle Al, and from all the folks in the community who keeps your spirit alive. Happy birthday. We love and we miss you.